And a huge part of you and your business is mostly human interaction and customer care service and interacting with your clients. So what exactly have you learned from this experience so far? Because sometimes I feel like people can be very demanding, especially when they are the client and they have the money expecting a service from you. So how do you handle very difficult clients?
People can even be very specific. They could say, I want this, and it is this that I want. Or come with a photo and say, this is the one that I want. So you have to know how to deal with the clients. You have to have a sense of negotiation. I don't know if I should call it negotiation, so that you both agree, so that in the situation where you know that this won't actually be as you think, they won't be disappointed. So you have to agree first before you actually get to start baking.
And there are highlights in the business and in the industry, and the competition is very stiff out there, because some people feel like with the small skill they have, they can really do what they, there's basically a lot of people in your industry specifically. So now what do you do as your business that sets you apart from the competition?
Okay, I can say that I actually do I am unique in my own way, in the style that I decorate my cakes. So I usually am artistic. So most of the designs that I do, you will find that they are kind of artistic. So you won't find most of them.
Unique.
Yeah, unique.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's good to have your own niche, so that people know you for that. You're not copying what other people are doing. So people like you for who you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you started off pretty small. It was just, your ideas, your hobby, and it slowly expanded into a thriving business. So now, what do you do now when the orders are very overwhelming, when you receive many at once? Because you started off as a one-man show. So now, have you had to expand in terms of labor, or do you seek help from your siblings and family members?
At the moment, I haven't moved to have to seek employees, but that's where we are headed. For now, I seek help from my siblings, and I have a very supportive sister. Yeah, and even my mom helps me.
That's awesome.
Sure.
You had mentioned how you are an online-based business. It is home and online. So now there's the tricky part of delivery that comes to play, especially with products as delicate as yours. How have you been able to manage that aspect of delivery? Because we have seen the videos online of cakes sleeping, of wedding cakes coming, and the baker is now reassembling them on site. How do you ensure that the delivery goes on seamlessly? And have you had a case of rogue riders or rogue drivers?
Yeah, so delivery is actually tricky. It's the part where you go and you're like, please God, let this cake not. So it's good to be careful at that point. So most of the time I actually do the deliveries myself, and most of the time I deliver my cakes within Nairobi. So if it's someone who is around Nairobi, I often bring my cakes to town, then I can deliver to them. So when I handle the cakes myself, it's safer.
And what would you say is a hack to ensure that it gets there in one piece?
Okay, the hack is how you actually assemble your cakes, and how you, especially if it's a tiered cake, there's usually a certain cream that you put so that it ensures it's firm.
Okay, now we know. We'll get to know that better. We will ask you in your DMs later on.
Sure.
But now in this time and age, I feel like everybody has their unique identity. Everyone is identifying differently. There's really a lot going on, especially with preferences. I feel like beforehand you just ask for cake and they would bring you a vanilla cake with cream on it, and that's it. And then if you're being too bougie, maybe it's a red velvet. But I feel like right now there are so many options and so many people want so many different things.